My name's Darin Corbin, and I've been wrestling for 12 years. I think the popularity of independent wrestling is starting to go on the upswing a little bit because I feel people are getting a little bit more familiar with the internet. People are starting to see and backtrack where maybe some of their favorite stars came from. And I think it's being a little bit more aware, even at the top levels, where their talent has been. So I think people are starting to take a look at outside the box and they're like, I like this, these are my favorites. Where did they come from? Is there more like that? And I think people are starting to realize that there's a difference now in styles of independent wrestling. I was hooked on pro wrestling when I was 4, and I loved the theatrics, I loved the good versus evil, I loved the production. That was what got me into it. I love that you could be the superhero all the way to the supervillain and everything in between. And I felt like wrestling is one of the only mediums where you can convey that in like a live action style. And for what we do in an ever-changing improv world, I think it's one of the only forums where you can go and get that full experience. And it can change and it can go and the people can be part of the show. And I think that is something that's so unique and special to what we do that a lot of people either don't understand or don't get the chance to experience. And that's what brought me in. That's why I really like pro wrestling. I think you get to see true emotion through people. I think you get to see their success, their fails, their overcoming. I think you get to see somebody rise up and you have this relatability to them where you're like, I've been in those situations. Or you see somebody where you're like, it's about time. They represent something that could be any part of you. So that part brings you in and then you come along with the ride for them. So in my opinion, I think that's the biggest part of as a fan. And then when you're allowing yourself to be a part of that atmosphere, you just get totally engulfed, totally embraced, and it's like this whole other world that people won't understand. I think it's getting to evoke those emotions that you like as a fan so much. I think it's great that you can get people to hate you to the point where they want to swing a beer bottle at you, that they look up to you, you're their role model, whatever it is, they're like, we're just like you. And I think that when you find people who relate either on one end of the spectrum or they're like, you embrace everything that we love, or man, you just get under my skin so much because you remind me of, everything that I hate. I think that's the cool part about being a wrestler is you get to have that emotion. Without that, you don't really have the magic that you can create inside the ring. Then it's just you're doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. You don't need people, but people's emotions, people there, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it exciting. I would like to think that independent wrestling will continue to grow and that people will start to find more hubs or more areas where they can see different stars. Like if you like a certain style, but it's only on one area, maybe there's a Midwest version, maybe there's a Southern version, Northern version, maybe there's all this, where people actually want to, and it's a pastime again, where people can come out. Maybe in 5 years, it won't be that predominant, but I would like to see it as, oh, I really love this style, but now it's here. I would like to see production values grow. I would like to see it as more as like you're going to a live show and it's something exciting where it's not just people coming through a door, where you actually have like a set and the lights and stuff that I remember getting into where even when I went to house shows where I'm like, this is the part that's cool, you transformed the atmosphere. That's what I would like to see independent wrestling do, and I think a lot of people are starting to grab that production is very important. Like being bigger than just, here it is, put it out there. Like you can transform, you can make it something different. You can make people look larger than life. You can make the event center that you're in, that could be like an arena for people and they can get that feel and then that pulls them in. That's what I hope in 5 years where pro wrestling is, especially independent. I hope that everyone's starting to see that it's like this atmosphere that they can create. What I think is what you can expect is everything that I went on previous in the whole element where it's a little bit of that extra flair where it's like you have the performers, you have the area, but now let's bring it, let's make it bigger, let's have it pop. And I think that's what we're looking for now, where it's a spot where you can go, it's excitement, it's that atmosphere, that's what's gonna be created. It's gonna be unique and different to the area and it's gonna be stuff that you've never seen. Where now when you go, you're seeing a show, it's not just wrestling like that, I wanna say like that carnival feel. Now it's like that, it's that mainstream, that feel, but on a local level.
Now this is wrestling!